Hey everybody, I am super pumped for today. I'm getting Miss Tiffany in here shortly and we will get started. Let me have her to the stage. There she is. If you go ahead and unmute Miss Tiffany, we will get started. So I know this is a bonus. Everybody that's in the project broadcast group, I know I was in here, I think yesterday or on Wednesday, but I had a chance to talk to Tiffany and we kind of just dove into the weeds on this methodology. And I really feel like it's incredibly important, especially as we get into October, because I feel like there's this start point to the race of Black Friday that everybody just zones in on. And I feel like the start point was summertime, but I don't want anybody to really go any longer without understanding how this methodology, in my opinion, can make a difference in how you work with people, how you talk to people, prospects, customers, even just people in general. So I thought it was really cool to bring her in today out of nowhere. I know, really quick turnaround, but I'm really glad you're here and I'm excited to get this kicked off. So please, ma'am, go ahead, introduce yourself, and let's get this party started.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me here. This is going to be such a great call, you guys. Say hi. Let me know that you're here. My passion truly is in this network marketing profession. I've been in this for over 10 years, and I absolutely love sales because it's all about connecting with people and helping people. So let me know if you guys love sales. Just drop the word love if you are like a lover of this profession as well. But maybe some of you are like I'm in it, but I'm just not really quite in love with it. Like it's just kind of, I don't really know how to sell, right? I don't really know how to connect with people. So today I get the pleasure of sharing with you a tool, a system that is duplicatable in order to help you understand people and connect with people in a way that people want to be connected. So we can get rid of that salesy, spammy feel that we can have, when we're connecting with people around our product or our service. So sales is actually a people business, right? You've maybe heard, let me know, put the word no in the comments if you have heard of go for no, right? Like I gotta get so many messages out there because I know I need to get a whole bunch of no's in order to get a yes, right? Like to me, I never really understood that concept because why would I actually want to go for a no, right? Like that's not fun. I don't want to set that mindset around like, okay, I'm going to get a no today, right? Because eventually I'll get a yes. So why don't we create the mindset of going for a yes? Who would love more yeses? Just put a yes if you guys would love more yeses in your business, right? So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today, because when we can communicate with people in a way that matters to them, in a way of how they want to be communicated to, that's going to move you to more yeses, right? But here's the thing is not everybody wants to be communicated in the same way. So how do we figure that out, right? How do we know how people want to be communicated with? And that's what we have is a very simple system that literally takes 90 seconds or less for you to have the tool right in front of you. And we're going to show that to you guys today on really what it looks like, so that you can see how you're supposed to connect and communicate with someone and give you actual words that when you use words in your messaging, that person is going to just feel more connected to you, right? They're going to feel like, oh, she actually gets me. Like she actually understands what it is that I need. So my focus is really helping others to see the importance of connecting and understanding and communicating with people in order to grow their business, right? It's not a copy paste message. It's not a post and pray. It's about connecting individually with each of the people that you're in communication with, so you know exactly how to sell to them. And when you're able to do that with this system, you're actually able to increase your sales up to 300% because we're able to communicate with all the different personality types. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah.
Okay.
So with that, what we're going to do is have Johanna actually share with you the assessment. So she's going to screen share the assessment that I've sent her that I would send to one of my prospects, or you would send to yours. And as you can see here, it takes less than 90 seconds. There's a 1-minute video there that they can watch to really understand this, but they're just going to scroll down. And what they're going to do is, it says 3 easy steps. You're going to read the 4 cards that are presented there. You're going to sort them in order of what's most like you to least like you by reading the 12 values on each of the cards. And then you're just going to enter your contact information and submit it. And guess what? You get a report all about you. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. But what's even better is that I actually get a report all about you that is going to tell me how to sell to you exactly what you need by who you are. And you're literally telling me how to connect and communicate with you to close a sale or to share the opportunity. So she's going to show us that. She's going to drop and drag those cards in order for her. And I'll explain what these cards are. So she is a nurture, a blueprint, an action, and then a knowledge. So there's 4 different types of people in this world. Now, she's all 4 of those people, right? Or those personalities. But there are ones that are more important to her. And those are the ones that we want to really hone in on when communicating with her. So she loves community, connection, support. She loves to be here and help you guys. So you guys are the perfect person in this community, but she also loves systems and structures and step-by-step. And so obviously with Project Broadcast, it's a tool, right? She loves tools and she loves sharing those tools with people. So what she does next is she would scroll down. She would input her information. We won't have her do that live, so you guys don't see her personal information. And then she will get a report that's all about her. And then I'll get a report on how to sell to her. So we're actually going to show you those 2 reports as well, so that you can actually see what they look like. And then I'm going to share with you a little bit about these personalities as well. We actually have it in a card format as well. So here's the report that she got. Again, this is all about her. And so what I have found with using this methodology is, yes, it's great to understand other people, but the biggest person that I've been able to understand better is myself. And so I'm hopeful that Joanne will be able to understand herself as you guys, as well as what's important to you and what shows up for you. Why do you do the things that you do? Right? Like what triggers a yes, what tripwires a no. So as she scrolls through this, we won't go in depth, but just for you to kind of see what's on here that you would get. So it just tells you what B.A.N.K is. That's kind of our acronym: Blueprint, Action, Nurture, Knowledge. There's the table of contents there. So it's just telling her, her first 2 codes are nurture, blueprint. That's how she loves to be spoken to, sold to. But we want to stay away from those action type of words and, personalities, and as well as knowledge. And I'll share with you in a little bit more about that. And then it just goes into detail about who a nurturer is and what's important to her. So this email truly is written to her, for her, to just help herself better understand who she is.
And it is spot on already. I mean, enjoy training, motivating, coaching others, interacting with people, groups, and teams. I would say, and I have taken a ton of personality tests other than like 17 Magazine and Vogue and Cosmopolitan. I've taken like the military ones. I've taken like the college ones. I've taken Enneagrams. I've taken a lot of stuff. So I have a very solid understanding of a lot of my personality traits. And so it is really cool to see it being featured here so easily, and even just under a 90-second quiz that,
it's not 100 questions, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't take 2 hours to complete.
Before too. So those are awesome.
Yeah. So you guys, let me know, drop in the comments if you guys have taken some type of personality assessment before? Like, what have you taken? Because there are many out there and they are all great for their own purpose. But what our B.A.N.K assessment does is it's a way to understand the biology of your prospect, meaning understanding why people buy. So biology meaning B-U-Y-ology, right? So there's no other assessment out there that's written in this way to help you now close sales faster, saving you time, money, energy. So it's a very amazing concept. It's been around for a while. Sherry Tree is the creator of this. I actually connected with her a year ago to learn about this. And I'll share with you a little bit about my story. So that's what Joanne's email looks like. So if you take this assessment, which guess what, you guys, you're going to get the opportunity to take this assessment if you haven't already. Just drop the word assessment in the comments and I'll make sure that you get that free assessment so you can get your free report so you can see all about you and who you are and how you show up. So as you can see on my screen after my name, it says NKBA. So anytime I'm on Zoom calls, things like that, I put my B.A.N.K code. So I use this with my team. I use it with my customers. I use this with my family, which I could be here all day, you guys, to share with you some stories about not only in business how this has helped me, but in my personal life. So this is truly an assessment to connect and communicate with people, right? It was initially designed for sales, but what we have found is that it's actually saving marriages. It's actually helping parents better communicate with their kids. And I actually brought this into the school district. My youngest son, I have 4 boys. My youngest son actually has an IEP for behavioral stuff. And I brought this in last year and this year into his IEP so that they could understand who he is and how he needs to be taught, right? Because they just kind of do their thing at school and don't personalize, anything to really who the kids are. And he was struggling because he was a blueprint. He needed more systems and structures, which you would think at school that would be a place that they would have it. But it really wasn't in a way of what he needed in order to align with his day. So once we were able to set that up, and here's an example, we actually made this schedule for him last year at the end of school. So he would know when he was allowed to take a break or when he had to stay in the classroom because he needed that structure. But his teachers were nurturers. So they were like giving in to him and, oh yeah, if you want to leave, you can take a time out, blah, blah, blah. So he was literally spending 10% of his time in the classroom. Now he's there 100% of the time because they understand who he is. So this tool is not only for your business, but it's also for your personal relationships. Like, who would love to know their husband better, right? Or their wife better, their significant other better. I was sharing this with Joanne yesterday. I'm like, I'm going to take a guess that you probably don't sit around the kitchen table and say, okay, tell me what your values are. Tell me what's important to you, because, that's just kind of rude. So, doing this really allows you to understand who they are. And guess what? My husband is a blueprint. He is the complete opposite of who I am. And if you didn't know, opposites actually attract, but then opposites then attack. So, if you're in a relationship where, there's disagreements, it's probably because your personalities are different. But once you can understand that it's not personal, but it's personality, you can really enhance your relationship and your communication. So most people will start this methodology for sales to increase, your business. But truthfully, we usually stick around for the relationship piece of it because that makes a bigger difference, right? You can't have a good business if you don't have a good foundation at home. So I love that as a coach and trainer, I get to help people not only in their business, but also in their personal life with this methodology as well. So cool. So we do have, as we showed there, the virtual link where you can crack codes. It's basically a lead generation tool, right? You can drop it anywhere in your emails, your profile, any places that you want to put it for people to fill out. but we also have cards as well. So you can actually do this in person. They can align the cards, virtually. But then, like I had said, I actually get an email. So I actually got an email on Johanna on what her code was. And it literally stepped me through how to communicate with her, what to say, what not to say, so that I don't turn her off, right? Has anybody gotten a message from somebody or a follow-up or a voice message or something, and you were completely turned off by that message?
Oh,
right?
Yes. I think
And
everybody should have gotten one of those messages at this point in their life.
right? Exactly. And it's because they're not speaking your code. They're not speaking your language. Again, there's 4 different types of personalities. And so, as mentioned, my last is action. So I'm actually here today sharing this with you because my first code is nurturing, like Johanna's, right? It's like everything we do is from a place of sharing and supporting other people. It's not about the money. Like, is the money great? Of course. No one's going to turn down money, right? But that's not why we do what we do. We do what we do because we want to support and help you guys. And we want to really, create a life for our family too, right? We run our businesses because we want to create what we can create to really support our family and allow them to do the things that they want to do. It's not necessarily about what we want, right? So to sell to her, I'm gonna give you guys tips if you guys are selling anything to her, okay? So she wants to know that you care about her, right? So your messages have to be personalized to her, not "hey girl,"
Yep,
not
hey, girl.
anything. You need to say her name. You need to acknowledge her. You need to really just connect with her as a person, right? If you are trying to have her join your opportunity, you want to tell her about your community that you have, the support that you have. She's also blueprint. So you want to tell her you have these systems, you have a structure in place. I've got a step-by-step, fast start program that's going to help you share these products with the women in your life that you love so you can help them create the results, right? So kind of combining that nurture and that blueprint piece together is really going to help her, feel that you're communicating to her and you're giving her what she needs in order to say yes, right? And are the products actually gonna, help people? Like, does she see that value there as well with, joining an opportunity? Because if you come at her like all excited and like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be millionaires, like this is great, you cannot wait to do this, you have to do this now, it's now or never, right? We're gonna completely turn her off. And I've had people, come to me like that about their opportunity because I'm very successful in what I do. But it's not because of the money, right? It's like those products, don't align with my values. They don't align with what I do to, be able to give people a product or an opportunity that's going to really help them. So, really taking a look at how you're communicating with your people is going to be a game changer for you in closing sales faster. Okay. One more tip as well is that her knowledge is last. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's not knowledgeable. It's that she just doesn't want to read, research and data and product information and, all this stuff, right? Like, yes.
Me, you guys. I'm overwhelmed with all this verbal fire hydrant.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct.
And what I see a lot of the times when people are promoting their products on Facebook are these long drawn out posts of like, here's all the information, the benefits, this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
too.
Yeah, it's like you think like you're giving them everything that they need. But, for me, even though I'm high knowledge, I'm not going to read those, those types of posts, right? Or if you send me this big long message, I'm like, I don't have time for that, right?
Yeah. I love these. These are even like people could take this assessment and like have you come in and do this for team training. This could be in team onboarding sequences and campaigns, you guys. I would love this as like part of a weekly tip to your customers saying, hey, I'm learning more about my customers and I would love it if you took this assessment so that way I can really identify how I can get you to, being more like if it's a nutrition or a fitness company, being more active and awake in the mornings, or that I can help you with if it's like I'm trying to get my makeup done in time and fix my skin conditions. Like you guys, there's so many things that you can do here where you can be like, hey, I want you to try out this assessment so I can really understand you and address these friction points, customer and team member. I mean, I think it's very, very, very intelligent because even what she was talking about was 100% true for me. Don't come at me with your crazy amounts of knowledge, but if you come at me with identifying with me as a person and my community, you would have me like that. I mean, it's very, very well done and very intuitive in my
Yep.
opinion. So I could easily see this being a tool that you could use for yourself, with your team, and with your customers. I really
Yep.
like
It's accurate 100% of the time because, they're telling you exactly who they are and who they want to be, how they want to be communicated with. So, so I can definitely offer you guys that free assessment. So just drop assessment in the comments. I'll make sure that you get that. And Joanna actually made a good point there too, is I would actually, for those of you that have, a fair sized team, I could come in and do a little training, no cost, truthfully, just to share. Because again, remember, I'm a nurturer. I want to do things to support and help people. Like I want you guys to win as much as Joanna wants you guys to win, right? Which is why she brings you all this amazing training and content into this group. Like it's absolutely incredible. And so with that too, I want to share with you guys a couple things as well that we have coming up to actually learn a little bit more about this. So let me know if you guys live in Wisconsin or Minnesota. Drop that in the comments because I have literally a once in a lifetime opportunity that I actually get to host Sherry Tree, the creator of this methodology, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it's next to the Wisconsin border. I actually live in Wisconsin. So, and I want to get you information on that to see if, the timing works for you. It's in October. It's October 14th. To see her in person and to really hear right from the mouth of the person that created this many years ago on how she used it to go from, making thousands of dollars a month to now millions. So it's absolutely incredible. So I get to fly her in. She's in California. So fly her in for the day to share this with you. So if you live in Wisconsin or Minnesota, drop it in the comments and I'll make sure that you get that information. I do have a free group to share more information and lots of testimonials, blueprints, love testimonials. You guys want to make sure that this product gives results, right? So for those of you that want to see that, we're actually hosting a free boot camp in there in October around communication for parent and child.
Ooh,
Right?
I love that.
Yes. So if you struggle with communication with your child, this is going to be a game changer. I have 4 boys, you guys, and truthfully, it has helped me so much. I have one child who is high action. Okay. Nobody else in my family has action in their top personalities. And really understanding this about him has given me grace to like who he is and parenting him as an action kid, right? That he needs to have friends over all the time. He needs to be out and doing things all the time. He needs to spend money all the time. He needs to look good all the time, right? And so it's not personal, right? But it's like, okay, that's actually who he is. That's like what's ingrained into him and what's important. So I need to parent him like that. So I want to help bring that parent child bond together. So we've got a lot of fun things in there. If you want that group, just drop group. I'll get that to you. But we do have tomorrow, Saturday. If you guys are watching this by Saturday, we do have a virtual event tomorrow where we are actually pre-launching this methodology and our influencer program to the world. It's kind of been, you could say in secret. I've been doing this for a year now, but we're really launching it to the world. Our mantra is to make people matter, right? And as a nurturer, that's really what grabbed me, to this, to really want to share this with other people. And so you'll get to hear Sherry Tree, who's an action person. So the event is going to be high energy, high vibe, lots of, things that we're going to be sharing. And then one thing that I want to mention as well before we end today's call that we didn't talk about, but this is going to be the game changer of really all of it, even though what we shared with you already with just understanding people, is we have an artificial intelligence tool. Who uses AI? Let me know, you guys, if you use some form of AI in your business.
Yes. Broadcast those.
Right? So, yeah. So our AI is the only AI out there that is built with empathy in it, meaning to allow you to know, are you communicating per that person's code? So I can actually take a message, a post you've written, your host coaching, whatever it is, right? Drop it into our AI, hit the decode button, and it's going to tell me what personalities it's speaking, right? And so, so if we're putting, if we're doing those copy paste messages, right? We all probably do them. I've seen them come through my project broadcast from, other people. And if I were to take that and put it into my AI, I could probably tell you why I'm turned off by their message, because most messages by direct sellers, take a guess, you guys, what personality is it written in? It's written in action, high action with some nurturing, right? But we don't touch our blueprints and our knowledge people. Okay. And they're actually the two hardest to sell. Okay. Knowledge people need to close themselves. You cannot close them on your first encounter or your second. Oh, sorry, my dog's supposed to stop barking. I'm going to mute for a second.
Oh, my dogs. Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. You guys, that was about to become like a chorus of animals at that point, because my Saint Bernard launched himself up and was like, yes. Talk to me. That was so awesome.
Yeah. So tomorrow, what I want to share with you, if you hop on tomorrow's Zoom event, we are actually enhancing our AI to make it even better. It's already awesome the way it is, to allow me to write messages, see who I'm speaking to. So when I speak to Johanna, I can run my message through my AI to make sure I'm speaking nurture and blueprint, right? If I'm not, I need to tweak the message, right? I don't want to have a lot of action in there, because that's going to turn you off. So we've got that launching tomorrow. So if you want that information, just drop maybe Zoom invite into the comments, and I'll make sure that you guys get that. So I know we thrown a lot of information at you guys, right? A little bit overwhelming, but really it just boils down to this, is that this business that you guys are in is all about connecting with people, right? It's a people business. And when we can really understand and learn how to connect with people, that's when your business will grow, right? When you can speak to someone in their, what we call language, in their personality, right? That's when your business will grow. And so it's a learning process, because we're speaking new languages, right? New personalities, because we're used to speaking our own. You'll see the difference it will make in your business. So yeah.
So good. All right. Well, I cannot say thank you enough for stopping in. And I know you and I are going to have another date next week, I think, to go even more in depth into this, to kind of give a little bit more information. But I wanted to make sure everybody got an opportunity to kind of see where this could take them with customers, with themselves, with their family members, anything like that. So definitely take note. Check out what we've got going on here. If you guys want to DM her on the side, that's always a good idea too. If you want her to come in and check out her type of training, or have your teams check it out. I really feel like this is fundamental in knowing your people for teams as well as your customers. So it's pretty cool. But I just want to say thank you so much, Tiffany, for jumping in. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend, and go Vikings. I'm not from Minnesota. I'm in Wisconsin, but I'm a Minnesota person at heart. So, all right, bye guys. We'll see you later.
Bye. Thanks.